John Ulzheimer is known as one of our nation's most recognized credit experts. Having worked for 28 years in the credit industry, John has become one of the most prolific speakers about credit and the go-to authority on answers to credit-related questions. Credit Countdown with John Ulzheimer.
Hello, my name is John Ulzheimer. I am a consumer credit expert. I've been in the credit industry for almost 30 years, spent some time at FICO, which is the company behind the FICO credit scoring system, and Equifax, which is one of the 3 generally recognized credit reporting agencies in the US. Today we're going to talk about this mythical practice called pay for delete. Pay for delete. What is pay for delete? All right, so when you take out a debt with a credit card issuer or an apartment lease or something like that, some form of credit, and you default on it, then it's very likely that the original creditor is going to outsource the collection activity of that account to what's referred to as a third-party debt collector. Most people just refer to them as collection agencies. And the collection agency is going to attempt to collect the debt from you, either by calling you, by sending you collection letters. They're certainly going to send it to they're going to report it on your credit reports. They may even sue you. So they're trying to collect the debt. One of the things that they're going to do, obviously, is they're going to report it to the credit reporting agencies, and that can remain on your credit reports for up to 7 years from the date that the original late payment occurred with the original creditor that led to the default. It's called the date of first delinquency. If you pay the collection or settle the collection or don't like the collection, it's not uncommon for people to go to what's called a credit repair organization, or CRO. Some people call, or in some states they're called credit service organizations. It's the same thing. And what a credit repair organization is going to attempt to do on your behalf is they're going to attempt to have this collection deleted from your credit report. And in some scenarios, obviously, it's going to work. In some scenarios, it's not going to work. In the scenarios where it doesn't work, meaning that the debt collector is kind of holding strong and they know that what they're reporting is accurate and valid and they're not going to remove it, some consumers or credit repair companies will attempt something called a pay for delete, meaning that it's kind of a quid pro quo, an exchange of favors, if you will. So the consumer will agree to either make a payment in full on the collection, or they will agree to settle the collection amount. And that's good for the collection agency, obviously, because they make money when they're able to collect debts from consumers. What the consumer wants in response, so in other words, what's the quid pro and quo? What the consumer wants is they want for the collection to be deleted. So they are willing to pay, but they want it deleted. So this is where pay for delete comes from. So debt collectors, once they collect a debt from a consumer, that's it. There's no reason why they will be contacting you anymore. There's nothing additional in it for them. They've already done the work, they've already collected the debt, they've already been paid, and any more work that they do on that particular consumer's file actually dilutes the profit that they've made from collecting that particular debt. And so it can be enticing to some collection agencies just to say, you know what, just to delete it once it's paid, because then the consumer's not going to dispute it. We don't have to respond to disputes. We don't have to deal with the credit reporting agencies. The consumer's going to stop calling us about it. So that can be a very enticing thing to do. The problem is that it is entirely against credit reporting industry standards. The credit reporting industry provides a standards manual that is about that thick. It's over 300 pages long. It's called the Credit Reporting Resource Guide, or the CRRG. And in the Credit Reporting Resource Guide, it is all over the place. Do not delete collections just because they're paid. And of course, there's a bunch of conditions whereby you would delete a collection if it's incorrect, if it's outdated, if it's included in bankruptcy, if it's been recalled by the original creditor. There's a ton of reasons why you would legitimately delete a collection. Because it's paid is not one of them. And so this kind of creates this conflict between the consumer, the debt collector, and then the credit reporting agencies. The credit reporting agencies do not want it deleted because they want a record of the collection to remain, because if future lenders buy the credit report, it's valid, and future lenders deserve to see that this particular consumer went into default and had a collection, but then ended up paying it. It's an accurate representation of the events of that particular debt. If the collection is deleted, the consumer's credit score is probably going to be artificially higher. They're going to seem like a lower credit risk than they really are, and they may get a loan or loans or credit cards that they either didn't deserve or they're going to be priced in such a way that they didn't earn. They may default on stuff because the bank is giving them money and they're not really as good of a credit risk as they actually are because all the collections had been deleted. So that's why the credit reporting agencies don't want pay for delete to actually occur, because it dilutes the value of a credit report and makes the consumer seem like a better credit risk than they actually are. In the nomenclature of credit reporting, there is no such thing as pay for delete. Sure, does it happen? There's no doubt in my mind that it happens, but is there an official form or an official code or an official process that occurs for a pay for delete to occur? No, it doesn't exist. And so it's actually more of a kind of a casual type of an event than it is any sort of formalized event in the world of consumer credit reporting. But it does occur. I absolutely know it occurs. I've seen it occur, but it's not something that actually follows any particular guidance in the credit industry. So if you've seen pay for delete occur, or if you have any questions about pay for delete, drop them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to get to them. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk again soon.
For more videos and credit tips from John Ulzheimer, go to www.tradelinesupply.com.